Do nothing. You see that? Even doing nothing, where? In the world, but that does not appear now. So even saying doing nothing is creating some appearance in the mind. So when we live into that extraordinary awareness and attention, with knowledge that this world appears and disappears, we live into that state of meditation all the time. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. How are you, David and Jerry?
Very different experience for me. It was very, very peaceful, but I did have thoughts, but there was, like you say, standing on the side of a freeway watching the traffic go by the whole time. There was no emotion, no attachment to any thoughts,
That's good.
and moments, and it went extremely fast.
Ah, that's a success. That's wonderful. How are you, Jerry?
Sir, I similar, I guess. I definitely had some thoughts. I think I was playing with a literal, like if I see a cactus and I touch it, it's real, right? But so I was playing with that with some literal there. Um, and then I was also, when you were having us bring our attention to our breath, my mind didn't really want to do that. It wanted to be more in the space. And then when you're bringing us to our body, my mind wanted to be in the space again. So I would come to the body, but then I would go right back to the space. So,
That
and
is
then
beautiful.
a lot of light, a lot of white light.
Lot of light. That's so beautiful. You see, the mind, when it pursues the path of the wisdom, then the mind does not want to stay with what appears. It does not mean that you say to your honey, you appear, but you are not true. You know, it means that is why, these higher journey are told much later. Then you are creating a problem to yourself. Then someone say you have given a loan to someone, and you are already then they will say, okay, the money appears, but it is not true. Why should I repay you? So it is not the case that here we are searching the real self. You see, some people distort that, so never do that. Otherwise, how are you, Stephen and Sam?
Real good. I had a very similar experience to both David and Jerry. I had thought, I had this journey between my mind and my heart. And I had a thought, and I cannot even tell you what any of the thoughts were. It was a
Beautiful.
thought, and then I found myself in this darkness depth in my heart, and then a thought came, and I was back up in my head, and I just recognized it and let it go, and then I was back down in my heart again, and it just the whole meditation, and then it was over. It was extremely quick.
That's a beautiful, beautiful. How are you, Sam?
I'm really good as well. Definitely a similar experience where I was, my body was definitely felt like it was floating because I was considering what you were saying about the world outside and the real self, and I imagined myself in 20 or 30 different places throughout the meditation here in Arizona and New York and places I've been. I wasn't really thinking about it, but I was kind of floating between, and I could have been anywhere. So
you see that is what is what this master is saying, and seeker is narrating the experience. Pay attention. I refer Sam, so now the rest of the people disappear. Now I say Stephen, so Sam is not there. I'm aware of it, but there is appearance and disappearance. The same thing happens. One thought comes. I was in New York, appear. Now I'm in Arizona, disappear. Then New York disappeared, Arizona appeared. See that? One thought appears, second thought disappear. So can I live into that state of awareness where I see the play of the mind, the play game of appearance and disappearance? The honey came. What is my duty? Let me perform my duty. The honey finished. Done. The mind remains totally empty all the time. And that reflects the real self. That reflects the real self, the true nature. So here we are not pushing the mind to be empty. We are not struggling, nothing. Oh, the New York came into my sight. Thank you. I know you will appear and disappear. You see that? You're taking a very easy route, but it demands an extraordinary awareness, insight. What is that extraordinary awareness? It is the empty state of the mind. It is the state of dispassion. It is the state of mindfulness. How are you, Terry?
I am fine. And when I was during the practice, there were a couple of things I wanted to mention because they're just a little different. One time when I saw, a color, like, which to me is a color and a light is kind of the same thing. It's like the smallest point was like a black dot on top of like the whole space was dark.
Hmm.
And I saw the central, call it purple, I guess. And then in the center of that, like a black dot. Like a speck. But then it went away. And then the next thing that happened that was interesting was that I saw space as being curved. It was like, but I still was seeing it as a reflection of my vision set.
Yes, I could see. You have written to me. I could see.
I was wondering about, really during the practice, I was in the beginning thinking, and then I was trying not to think. It's like we're
Yes.
trying to our senses way down, but we can't really get rid of them because we're perceiving, our breath or
In the
colors or
first in the first part
things.
of your meditation, your body was totally quiet. Body was
Yeah,
steady in the very first part, and then
yeah,
it happens because the mind associates itself with the body. And I believe that let the time come when the
in
moment you transcend the body and the body will not move.
I didn't hear that.
The body will
It's
not
more,
move the moment you transcend the body. And even if the body moves, you remain in that state of mindfulness.
okay.
So you read my email message, and then I will talk to Sam, Stephen, David, and Jerry, that we will
Okay.
all cooperate, and we will definitely like to do something. How Ashokji, how are you? देखो इंजीनियर साहब का ये हाल है.
I'm fine. Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Good sir, good. All
Good.
good. थोड़ा जल्दी लगा जैसे क्या ना जल्दी से हो गया. I mean,
पर उतना ही टाइम लिया, 30-35 मिनट लेते हैं, पर बढ़िया हुआ इसका मतलब. You have done good. Good.
हाँ थोड़ा लगा कि
सुनीता,
जल्दी से हो गया.
नहीं बढ़िया हुआ. सुनीता कैसे हो? How are you, सुनीता?
ठीक हूँ सर, लेकिन सबके एक्सपीरियंसेस सुन के लगता है कि मैं सबसे ज्यादा खराब हूँ.
ऐसा नहीं सोचना, पर ये सब 2-3 साल से कर रहे हैं. They have been doing almost for more than 1 year. So you have restarted the journey.
Yes
She
sir.
met me more than 25 years ago, and she returned again. So people going, they say, no, this guy is crazy, leave him. Then they come back again. I have no problem. So, no, but she has all the way respect for me. अरे करते रहो, छोड़ना नहीं, कंपेयर नहीं करना. Shobha, how are you?
फाइन सर.
Fine.
सर कुछ ज्यादा मेडिटेट हो गया अभी, मतलब वापस आने में दिक्कत हो रहा है थोड़ा सा.
Very good. Chalo, ye bhi, that's good. She finds it difficult to return from this meditation. You see, the main point here in this verse is that the mind is flickering, wandering from one state to the other, one person to the other, one thought to the other, one feeling to the other, one object to the other. And from the single object, it still wanders at different things, different shades, different attributes. Say, so if my mind is on the Stephen, then I will say, okay, mind constantly wanders about his A's t-shirt, about his beard, about his eyes and nose, and the way he expresses. The mind is constantly wandering, flickering. So can I live into that extraordinary state of awareness where I see mind? I know you make the things appear, you make the things disappear. I'm not at all attached. I live into that state of dispassion. When we live into that state of dispassion by knowledge in the intellect, non-verbal awareness, I'm already in meditation all the time. What I explained, did it make a sense? Sometime it makes a sense. Okay. Thank you. That is all for today. We'll meet on Monday. अरे मंडे का भी लिंक भेज दूंगा, मंडे को भी करो. Thank you.